as you can tell, I recorded this at the same day that I recorded my Torch Against the Night. But I want to get some recording done today, and I don't know when I'll next have the chance to, so yeah. So today's video, or this video, is a book tag that I found and is quite old, from 2012. But because I haven't done it, at least I don't think I have, I'm here doing it now. It is the Reading Habits tag that went around way back in 2012, before I even watched anything in regards to, actually it's before I got really addicted to reading. I got addicted to reading when I was about 13 or 14, closer to when I was 14, so I didn't discover anything at this point. There's not a lot of questions, there's like 11 questions, but like, I thought this would be a nice, fun little video to do for when I lack the ability to read. And then after this, I'm going to record my next writing vlog, so at least you'll have videos for the next couple of weeks. So let's just get started with this video and with the questions. Now this was originally created by the Book Jazz in November of 2012. Let's just get on to the questions. Question 1. Do you have a certain place at home for reading? I mean, no. Mainly because I don't have the money to create my own little reading nook. I have bookshelves in my office with my computer. I will read all over the house. I will read at my computer, because I have an L desk and it's big enough to be able to hold a book. I will read in bed. I will read in my recliner downstairs and just have music on the TV. I will read anywhere I can. I don't have a set place to do it, because I don't need it, technically, and therefore I don't have one. Granted, you could argue that I don't need all of these beautiful, luxurious things, but I hate ebooks, so this is the only option for me. On to question 2. Bookmark a random piece of paper. Bookmark. And as evidenced by the fact that I have a bookmark here, I have 2 bookmarks in my bedroom. I have a bookmark here, here, here. Well, considering I have this neat little bookmark collection here, some of which I have made. In fact, I have one other that I made. I don't know where it went. This one I made based off of Shadow Frost. This one I made based off of Stalking Jack the Ripper. This one obviously was based off of the Shadowhunter Chronicles. And then I have these 3 bought ones. Only one of them still contains a full tassel because my cat likes to play with them, which might be the reason why I'm missing one. So I did create another one. The one I'm missing is based off of Everless here. Don't know where that one went. But, you know what, I'm not bothering to find it. But yeah, I do make my own bookmarks, because I just like to have bookmarks for my books. I prefer a bookmark to anything else. Oh, where are the other ones? So, yes. And, in fact, I might make another bookmark once I have the supplies, and I will show you guys how I make these. I might do an updated version, as this was done like ages ago, and I might have a much more seamless way to do this. But this is like low budget way of DIYing your bookmarks. So yeah. But yes, I do prefer bookmarks over anything else. Let's get on to question 3. Can you just stop reading, or do you have to stop after a chapter / a certain amount of pages? Okay, so I prefer to stop after a chapter or something like that. I prefer when someone interrupts me or something. I prefer to finish out the chapter before I stop reading. However, I don't get to do that a lot, so I can stop at the end of a sentence because busy life and such things. But I do prefer to stop at at least at the end of a page or at the end of a chapter. Preferably end of chapter again, but I can stop basically anywhere and pick it up again. It just takes a little more brain power to do that rather than just stopping at the end of a chapter. So that's why I prefer to stop at the end of a chapter or the end of a page if the page ends concisely on the end of a sentence. But yeah, I've lived my life being interrupted for reading, so I know how to stop immediately because people won't leave me alone. On to question 4. Do you eat or drink while reading? Yes, and now I know a lot of people don't. I know a lot of people think it's blasphemy. However, I do, which, okay. Coincidentally, the only books that I have that are damaged from a drink, I was not actively reading them. It's just things happen. My first copy of Queen of Air and Darkness ended up getting a mocha all over it because I work at a coffee shop. And it's still readable. That's the funny thing, is it's still readable. However, I did buy another one because I don't like carrying this around. I tried to salvage it too. It's just, when you get mocha on a book, it's not happening. So, coincidentally, the only times I'm not actively drinking or eating, and it's just in my bag, and something spills onto my bag at work, is when they get wrecked. So, yes, I do, usually I will drink something like an iced coffee or an iced tea latte, because I'm bougie like that. And I'll have snacks like maybe some crackers. If I feel like being very unhealthy, chips. And I'm always careful to eat the chips with one hand, don't touch the book with that hand. I'm very careful about that. But yeah, I do eat and drink when I read. Otherwise, this bitch would get real dehydrated real fast, and also would likely not be living. Because I have this issue where I don't feel hungry often, and so if I'm reading or doing anything that catches my attention, I don't actually remember that, oh, I should eat. Question 5. Multitasking, music or TV while reading? I can't do TV. However, I can do music. And the funny thing is, I can't read while TV is playing a show or a movie, because the movie or show distracts me. However, I can listen, there's a reason this is funny to me, I can listen to heavy metal and any other type of music, no problem, be able to zone out the music and just have it as background noise. I cannot, however, have ambient noises like birds chirping or a waterfall or something like that. It has to be actual music, and it can range from death metal to heavy metal to rock, pop, just anything except country. I grew up on country, and it's a time in my life I don't want. So any music I can do it to, but not TV shows or movies or ambient noise, because that's the shit that distracts me. I don't know why. It's just how my brain works. It's strange, I know, but like I can't do anything about it. On to question 6. One book at a time or several at once. I've tried several at once. I really have. It doesn't work for me because I want to just read one book and be dedicated to that book. And also it would take so much longer if I read several books at once. So it is one book at a time for me, just because it would take longer for me to read, and I just get too into one book, and then I just don't want to continue the next, and that's how you get so many unfinished books from me. So, one book at a time, always, never more than one. If I did more than one, then there's a problem. It also makes it easier to mix up things. Granted, I don't mix up characters and plot lines of different books, but I know it does happen with some people. However, it's always a risk when you're doing that, and also I feel like I can't get into one book if I'm reading another with it, and yeah, just one book at a time. 7. Reading at home or everywhere. I grew up poor. I grew up without the ability to drive. I still can't drive. So I can read anywhere. I can read on the bus. I can read in the car when someone is driving. I don't get motion sick. I can read while I'm walking. I'm very good at it too. Like, surprisingly good. And I think it's because of how much I did it as a kid, where I would walk. I can have insane awareness about my surroundings and be able to walk wherever I want to go. I can read anywhere as long as I got some headphones with me or listen to some music, and which I have with me at all times, because I can't stand a lot of things. I can't stand noise specifically, and it's really like triggering. I have very like sensitive hearing. I just have very sensitive hearing, so I can hear a lot. It really sucks whenever I walk into work and it's busy. So it's like a sort of sensory overload for me, and it's just in my ears, but it also sometimes, weirdly, makes me feel like my vision's going fuzzy if I'm listening to too many sounds. So, which is why I always have headphones with me when I leave the house. It makes it so I can focus on this one thing in order to function like a normal human. But, yeah, otherwise, bad things happen if I don't have headphones. Question 8. Reading out loud or silently in your head? I mean, I don't have a preference, actually. I don't have a preference for this one. I can read out loud and it's fine, though I get dry mouth a lot when I do that, so not a good idea. But, yeah, so it doesn't really matter, but preferably in my head so no one can hear me. I will only read out loud if I am home reading. Question 9. Do you read ahead or even skip pages? Okay, who doesn't is my question. Who doesn't read ahead or skip pages? Now, I do it by accident. I so don't do it on purpose. I will be... Let's pick a book I've read before. Let's go here. I will literally be reading a book. Say I'm reading a book, and I will be trying to read something here. Then my eyes just like glance over to the next page, and I see something, and then I'm like, that's the kind of shit that happens. That's the kind of shit that actually happens. Also, if you haven't read The Glass Bear, The Cursed Sea, I highly suggest you do so. It's a really good duology. So, I do, but it's always an accident. I do read ahead and skip things, but like, it's always an accident because I want to absorb the entire book. I want to be able to absorb everything, and sometimes it just doesn't happen because my eyes just want to dance and look ahead for a moment, and then I see things that I don't want to see, and then I want to cry because sometimes it's an actual spoiler for the book that's about things that are going to happen right away, and it gets really emotional, and that's exactly what happened with Night of the Dragon, and why it took me so long to finish that last book, because I kept glancing at the next part, and it was not pleasant. It wasn't okay. Because I was constantly like, please tell me one of them survives. And it didn't look like it. Question 10. Breaking the spine or keeping it like new? Okay, let's take a look at my bookshelf. Of all of these paperbacks, some of them I have not read. Actually, the only ones I haven't read on this shelf are this, that, and these 3. So, yeah, I don't break my spines. I hate broken spines. I think I have one book that has a broken spine. Yeah. My copy of The Lightning Thief has a broken spine only because I got this for free at the food bank when I was 16. But yeah, no, I hate broken spines so much because it just doesn't look nice on the shelf. This looks nice because there's nothing broken or destroyed about it. And it's just beautiful. And our final question, just question 11, do you write in your books? No, absolutely not. And I will never write in my books. I hate it. I hate it in my being. It's like dog earing for me. It's a curse. It's a curse on the book. I will never write in a book. Even my own book, I would never write in. Like, fuck. My own book. I have colored tabs because I have to constantly reference this. I have colored tabs, and they are colored for specific things. And if I'm looking for a certain specific thing, like, you know, character introduction, with their description and everything, that is my pink tab. That is my pink tab. And blue are letters. And green, because those are the only colors I have in here right now, is just like important things to remember. Things that I constantly have to reference. That's what I do. I don't write in my own books, and I will never write in any of these. And when I'm reading, I literally write my notes in a separate notebook. There's no way I'm ever going to be writing in a book. But that's the end of that book haul. No, not book haul. Book tag. Yeah. I just like answering these questions because it feels nice. It feels nice to answer them. I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a like. Hit that subscribe button if you want to see more content from me. Ring that notification bell so you get notified when I post new videos. And I will see you all in the next video. Bye-bye!